What's going on? Floud back, and fun story. So let's say you have nothing but duplicates and stuff you want to get rid of. So you post them on Marketplace or wherever you want to post them, your Discord or wherever, and you just want to get rid of your extra cards. But how do you properly pack them cards? Well, how about I show you how I pack my cards when I'm sending some out? Let's go. First step we should be doing is definitely sleeving our card, getting it ready to get shipped out. Now, I use certain sleeves. The sleeves I can recommend down in the description are probably more like these sleeves. See how they're nice and loose around the sides? Me, I don't care for sleeves like this. And you know what? To each their own. I like these perfect fitted sleeves that I also get on Amazon. And they fit nice and tight so I could actually fill the card. Now, not a lot of people like these because they're afraid that you're going to damage the card. It is too tight and all that. So we'll use the other sleeve for now. This is an older sleeve. You could obviously tell these aren't the ones I use. So what do we do after this step? After this step, you would definitely want to get your top loader. All right, one top loader. Now there's a lot of brands that you can find, and you can tell this is an older one just because of the way it's scratched and stuff. I try to reuse whatever top loaders I get when I buy cards from people, or even on eBay, whatever. I try to reuse them. That is money I can save. But if you're looking to buy you some top loaders, what you're going to want to do is the 35 points, I believe, up to the 55 points. And Ultra Pro is the brand I use. I'll link it down below. And usually this is how I do it. I will give it a little tap, little love, make sure it's on the bottom all the way. You can tap a corner if you want it down there real good. Sometimes you can, let me grab them real quick. These little post-it page savers you can grab at Walmart, Walgreens, all that stuff. So basically what you can do with one of these is, I should have did this first, I'm sorry guys. So to make it easier for the person receiving the card, you could stick that on there and boom. Just like that, you could fold it over or whatever. So do that. It's easier to pull the card out, in and out. It makes it a lot easier for the person to grab it. So what do we do after we top load it and we stick our little page saver on there? I will show you. Find you some cardboard laying around the house. I usually reuse all my Amazon boxes, Walmart boxes, whatever I get shipped, and I will fit them to the card like this. And we will overlap them. Now here's the next step. You can do one of two things. I prefer to do it the second way. The first way, you can grab some rubber bands, rubber band it around that way, rubber band it around that way, and be done. Me, I like masking tape. So what I will do, if I can get it, I will mask off the ends. Masking tape is nice and easy on the cards. It's easy to peel off and stuff like that. Also called painter's tape. That was a really big piece. Look at me fail doing this. So what I'll do is I will do all four corners and leave a tab, a pull tab. Just like that. And I will do at least all four sides. So it doesn't take much tape. So the masking tape, the painter's tape, you can grab anywhere, even the Dollar Tree, $1.50, or any dollar store should actually have it. You're probably good with two pieces, but I am very particular on how I ship my stuff. I ship my stuff the way I would like to get my stuff, and I would like it extra secure. So here we go on that fourth side. I don't know why this is so hard to do this with the camera in front of me. So boom, there we go. So another thing I just thought of, so look how easy that is. And then if you bend it open, you can pull your card out. Kind of like a nice little pocket. You could always flap that back and tape it down or whatever you want. This is how I would prefer to send it, and this is how I would like to see to receive it. It gives it extra padding, definitely. A lot of people use these card savers, and they're not bad, but look how flimsy that is. Your card is gonna bend. It will get bent unless you use cardboard, but even then, using cardboard with the top loader is a lot better just because these edges are thick. Now you can still get the bend, but it takes a lot more force to bend that than it does this. You see how we're doing that? Even this way, it's a lot more force to bend it than that. So I used to send my graded cards with these card savers, but I don't do that anymore. I just try to do it this way. They do recommend that. So what do we do after this? So our next step is we are going to bag it. these right here. These are 4x8s, I believe. I did get these from Amazon. I believe $10 for a 50 pack, and you could get them in assorted colors. Really nice, really easy, and the cards actually with the top loader and all that fit nice and snug. I have never had an issue shipping these out like this. You could even do multiple cards in this. I think you can do up to 10 cards. So boom, there you go, just like that. Also the top loaders. Sorry, I'm backtracking a little bit. Top loaders you can find also on Amazon for about $8.29 for a 25 count. Remember, 35 point up to 55 point, depending on like thickness and stuff. Anything else is you're getting the sports cards and thicker top loaders. You could also find them at Walmart or GameStop in their usual card sections and stuff like that. Also, the masking and painter's tape. I know I said this, but you know you can find that at any Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and anything like that. Walmart. You're gonna find that anywhere. The sleeves. Now, like I said, I use certain sleeves. Mine are, like I said, mine are usually the true fit sleeves. I like those better. But you can find the Ultra Pro sleeves, the penny sleeves. You can get 100 pieces on Amazon for $5. I'll try to link that below. So let's get into our next step. So our next step is pretty basic. Move all this stuff. These Walmart, I think you could get them for under $3. Don't quote me on that. I'll try to find a link for these. Really handy though. So our next step would be to, well, basically pull this. I'm gonna waste one right here. Me, I like to go down to the card. Some people don't. Some people go just right there to give it a little leeway. You can go as far down as you want. So if you want it to fit just perfect, go that far down. Boom. Nice, simple, bubble padded. Really hard to bend. It would take some force to bend. Like I said, I've never had an issue shipping out like this, which comes in handy. Our next step is dealer's choice. So if you want to do this, you can. If not, you don't have to. Clear tape, packing tape. I had to bring my big one. I couldn't find my little ones. So let's get a piece off and I'll show you what else I like to do. And this is basically just to be tamper proof, I guess, if you want to say. Let's see, where are my scissors? I don't know what I did with my scissors. Wow, I thought I was prepared. I guess not. Oh well. Clean enough tape. This is just for demonstration purposes anyways. So what I like to do is I will put a piece of tape right there at the sill. Kind of to, you know, tamper proof. You know it's cut down. Sometimes you never know with that glue. It can come off. So we got all that done. Where do we go to next? Give me a second, I'll show you. So the site I use is Pirate Ship. This is coming off my screen. That is not my real name or address or any of that stuff. It's pretty plain and simple to use. Usually you get rates from USPS, UPS, FedEx, all that stuff. Let me see if I can give you guys like a little quick demonstration. Oh. All right. So boom, go into that. We have to put in, you know, the length of the box. If you're doing a box, but this isn't a box, we go to padded envelope. It's been a while since I've shipped just single cards. So the length will usually be 8x4. Package weight shouldn't be more than a pound usually. And you can even mark your ounces. Let's see. Let's see if we can just get a quick quote. Well, you know what? It's not going to give me a quick quote because I don't have the right mailing address and stuff like that. But you guys get the idea. So let's go back. So we're back at our package. I'm sorry the way I'm filming this, guys. I have no editing skills. I haven't yet to learn to piece together videos. This is all being shot from my iPhone. So give me a little break. So the next step, we're going to take our shipping label, which I do have a shipping label printer, which makes it really nice. It's a Poblano, I believe. I will try to link that down below with also these, just so you can get an idea if you want to do this all from home. Now, most cases when you go to the post office, it's going to be a lot more. I wanted to show you guys pricing, but I didn't want to put my real info on there. So that's where we're kind of at. But usually it doesn't cost me more than $5 to $6, and that's insuring. I always insure my stuff. If you want to be a great seller, because stuff does happen, guys. Let's be honest, stuff does happen. And if you'll notice, I did change this. I moved it back up to the top. This is why I moved it back up to the top. Because I'll take my package, I will lay my label always on the side where it's posted. And that's also another good way to tell that it's tamper proof. So boom, just like that is usually how I'll send it. So usually it'll have the barcode and stuff down here, all the address and info. And it's pretty simple. All this stuff is pretty cost effective when you are selling a lot of cards. It works. These shipping labels, I think I bought a 50 pack and it's lasted me a year and a half. Also, the printer's amazing. It's inkless, all that good stuff. Like I said, I will have to post one of those in the description just so you guys can have an idea if you plan on shipping a lot of cards. This is how I do it just for my singles. Now, shipping on other stuff is a lot different, and it's definitely going to be a lot more expensive. Not a lot more, I guess, another $5-10, but it's so much cheaper shipping, from your house, doing the label from your house and all that stuff. Everything I use, I try to save money and not go overboard. The packing stuff can be a little expensive at like Staples and Walmart and stuff like that. Um, but like I said, you make your money back. Definitely another thing when selling singles. Oh, let's go Reggie Lecky V. Um, always use PayPal GNS, or I even think Venmo now has a goods and services you want to use. Please be safe when selling. Please be fair in selling. Don't ship your stuff before you have some sort of payment. Like I said, your first time selling and all that, PayPal will hold up to a certain amount of money until your package is delivered. But even on GNSs, some people try to charge back. So make sure you cover all your steps. Make sure you're protecting yourself by, recording everything. You have a video, you always have a way to protect yourself. And that's how I feel about it, is you always have to protect yourself, but you also always want to take care of your buyer. Your buyer needs to feel comfortable with you. So if I got something like this, I'm sorry, this is kind of half half baked, but this is how I'd like my stuff shipped when I get a couple cards. Now, if you go above and beyond this, kudos to you. But just to be simple, cheap, and effective, this is not a bad way to go, honestly. I'd be pretty proud if I got something like this.